So this is what I've done now. These are just examples really. I was just testing it. I don't actually, they probably don't mean anything, but I was basically just testing whether or not I could convert the numbers into the letters as a chain. Like using different colours to those because they represent letters off of here, and each one of these is a different group. So like if it's in the blue group, all of this information goes into the blue fund, and then each one of these is a rune. Then when that ends, it opens another one and then translates whatever's in that group. So they individually close and shut, but like the end code would be like you'd put in something like that. That would be the number that went in, and then when it come out, it would come out looking like that. And that's the colours of the runes plus the 4 groups that they're in. So like for example, the first rune to say hello is the N. Apparently, I don't know, I've just looked online. I don't actually know Futhark. I don't even want to say it because I feel like I'm being offensive. But yeah, Futhark, yeah. Futhark, or fuck, yeah, Futhark, that's the one. Yeah, Futhark, that's the one. Something like that. Anyway, the first letter's an N and it's purple, but it's in the blue group, which is group 2. So as you can see from this code here, it started up, the information you were sent is blue break blue, which would be position on here would be number 4, which is purple. On here number 4 is this one, it's the other purple, you see what I mean? That's because you've got that there, and then there's another break. I've done that there as an example to say like that basically means chink, now it's gone onto the blue lane. Now it's like that light should have lit up. Well, do that anyway. So basically you do that one first, and then that goes off, that one lights up, and it's scanning now for the blue thing. And this is the blue one, or the other blue one. And on this one, it's gone orange, purple, purple. So it's taken that, and then that, then that, and then there's green, so it's that, which apparently says hello. So that little bit of colour there is translating the word hello from these numbers here. Don't need to put a lot of the numbers in because 3 of them are eliminated anyway, due to the fact that they're just unnecessary. Plus I'm using the colour wheel system, so I'm using the primary colours and the secondary colours, like your blue and your purple, your red and your orange, your yellow and your green. The fact that there's 24 letters combined with that colour thing, I think works out very easily, because then you can chop it down to like, you don't actually need to use all the numbers, you only need to use 1, 3, 4, 6 and 7 and 9, and the other 3 are void basically. And you can use two dots to represent a colour or a number, like that's 4 or 6, that's 1 or 9, that's 7 or 3, or like you can write vertically in colour, like that's 9, that's 1, that's 4, that's 6, You've just got to assign them a value first. Do you know what I mean? Like I use them colours because I've been using them colours for a long time, so they're the ones I know and recognise as them colours now. But it could be set up to any colours. Like for me, I just use 1 and 9. I've got a lighter blue for that because it stood out better. 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 5 and 10. But 5 and 10 are kind of like, they don't really belong. They're not necessary in any of these. They can be kind of thrown away, to be fair. 0 don't belong. It was a late invention in mathematics anyway. That's why it's fucking everything up, because all of our ancestors were far smarter than we were. But basically these numbers, when they're put inside this, combined with the grouping, like that's the group, that's the spacing to say there's another bar, basically. I was using lanterns, but it's the same principle. That's the group, that's the space, that's whatever's in that group. Then I've got a gap there, but I would have just had a light to say it's jumping across, really. That's another group. There's whatever's in that group ends, another group, etc, etc, until you've got however many numbers have been sent your way have all been dissected. Like all of them there, or whatever these would represent on there, as just one string off of one bar of runes. That's not even off any of, that's not from loads of independent ones. That's just saying, like, say you got 10 all on one bar, then that would be like that, for example. There's not, I think there's actually 8 there or something. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh no, there's 10. Right here. Well, anyway, say you got 10 on one bar. And I don't know how the language works, so I imagine you probably wouldn't have to use that many off the same place at once. But I imagine most of them probably be about 4 or 5 long at most. They'd probably only be about 3 long, and then it'd be separated, and then it'd be like that, and then you'd get the next one of these, like a break in the middle there, and then one of them afterwards would trigger, and it would just be a shorter bit of text, wouldn't it? I'd imagine, like 3 or 4 letters, 2 or 3. I don't know. I don't know how it works, the language, but I think the principle of what I'm doing could work for dissect, like using it as a computer translator if you didn't know the language, and you actually, if the computer knew it, could probably tell you how to do it. Just amazes me. Them few numbers can turn into like even smaller bits of information. And yeah, there's so much words there. It's like 10 runes in one of them strips, and that one there is actually runes from 2 different strips. Like most of the things to say morning or to say hello or whatever is that one over there, and then it's that 2 of them and that one there apparently. So like that bit there represents the one over here, and this bit here represents this lot, and when it's translated you can see that there's the blue bit, which is the top bit over there. So yeah, that's on that group, and there's the purple to say it's that rune, and then there's a break, and then you've got the blue, which is this group. I think I'll just explain this anyway. This group here, the first group was that one, and it was that letter. And once that light goes off, that one comes on. I take it off. Anyway, you get the point. And that comes on, and then you translate the others, which would be that M, these two R's, and that. And that's that bit of code there. First light comes on, you turn that off, and it does the second bar. Which is like ternary, just the same kind of principle though. Like one light goes on, and then you've got your with the two numbers basically, but I was using all 9 numbers before and having it on off for the middle, so if it was one of the middle numbers, you just switch the light off because it meant it was nothing. I was thinking a bit, I was getting a bit confused with it and thinking like it had to be either a little, it was partly because of this really, because when I was messing around with one of these, it was like, it was kind of on or off. There was never like you had to have a separate switch to turn it off again to make certain it was off, so that when you switched it both ways, both went off. You know? If you're wondering what that is, there's codes inside all of these numbers. I'm trying to break them all apart. Remove certain things as well, like the gap between the numbers of that, for example, was 6446. If you take away the 5, then the gap becomes 686. And it's just silly things like that, and I was trying to sort of place where they might be in other things. I'm quite interested in like the Fibonacci thing. I think there's a lot, you can do some insane math using code without actually having to know the answer. It just does it for you. It's just repeating numbers over and over again. Once your brain sees the pattern, it's like you just have to count the patterns. You don't have to count them. You don't have to do any working out. You just have to count how many patterns there are, and times it in a page. How many were there in that column, or in that gap, or whatever. Times it like, or however many. well. That's why I took it out of there. Remember now. 6284 is up here. And this one. 6284, 6284. It's a repeating code and it's in the 7 timetable as well, just backwards. 6284. If you remove it, you're left with 39 517, which is where you get these two from. 6446 or 686. I don't feel like the 5 belongs, that's why I took it down to 686. But everything seems to be a 4 bar, so it kind of makes more sense that it would be, to be fair. The only time it's not is when you do include the 5. And it's only in 1 bar, which is the 7, which is because the 7 is like outrageously long. Like a lot of these other ones, they're not as long as they seem. They seem long, but they're actually really short because they're only long because they're repeating. Like for example, they only go up to, like the 2 for example only goes up to 20, and 3 goes up to 30, and 40 goes up to, you know what I mean? So the bigger numbers can go up to much bigger sizes. Love that too. Look, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. It's just mad, isn't it? Like the 7 times table literally has every times table hidden within it nearly. You might even have them all. 6, 12, 18, 24. 30. Oh yeah, look. If you did it again it would go up to 60. 3, 9. Yeah, that was right. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Obviously the 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, etc. But yeah, there's loads of fucking numbers hidden in this. We've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. You see these are the 6 times tables there. You've got your 4 times table, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Actually doubled up to 40. 3 times table. Yes, isn't it everything? What do you think 2 times cable count? Does it? It's just so small. If one can count 2, 1 or 2. Yeah, because it's jumping one. I'm thinking fucking 21 is the one that's confusing me. It's 24. So this out as well. Look. 2 spaces, 8, 2 spaces, 9, 2 spaces, 0. Seven, 8, 9, 0, 9. 4, 2 spaces, 5, 2 spaces, 6. 2 spaces, like you're going over the 3, you've gone over the 0, and then back onto the 7, because it goes in a whole loop. It's just the most insane. It's the most insane fucking times table of them all. So clever. if you're into that kind of thing, I find it fascinating. Yeah, here we go. 41, 52, 63. Fifty-three, 52, 41. Not just at the same shit as that was. That's what it was, 96 and 85. And then 74. Yeah, I knew there were some others. I just couldn't fucking remember what ones they were. The big numbers together go backwards as well, and forwards. Obviously, 74, 85, 96. Some strange numbers going on in there, man. Some weird shit. Some weird shit. This is somebody who's got too much time on their hands. This beats masturbating. Oh yeah.